Are you really that nervous to not take a lock on Georgia this game?
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Locked On Bulldogs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team each and every day. He, of course, is Clint. I am Daniel. Together, Locked On Bulldogs podcast. Today's episode brought to you by our friends over at FanDuel, and that is fortuitous, if not intentional, because they are the place that you go to make all of these wagers. More on them in a moment, but today's episode is obviously the Locks episode, which means we're talking Georgia, Florida. We're giving official score predictions. We're putting our reputations on the line. Just
Whatever
joking.
that means.
We don't have any reputations to uphold, but we are going to give you our official prediction of what's going to happen in this game, including the final score. Clint, as I look at this line, there's a 7 out there now.
It's matriculating.
At time of recording, there is a 7 out there. Over under 50.5. Do you have a lock on this game? And how do you expect it to play out?
I got a lock, Daniel. A stone cold, put it in the bag, and maybe go to the window thrice more.
Okay. Go ahead and regale the people with your thoughts on how this game's going to play out.
I do like regaling people, if I may. Take the over. Hammer the over. Go back again to the over. Why? This just in. Georgia's defense. What was our running attack last year offensively? Our defense is this year. We've just substituted them out. Okay? Let me remind you how our running attack was last year. Quite poor. Bottom 12th in the SEC. Not 12th in the nation, 12th in our own conference. Defensively, we are struggling to find our identity. And yes, they could figure it out. No, I don't think it's against a quarterback's coach who wants to show off, a quarterback who wants to show out, a running back that I think is quite good. One of the top 4 guys in the SEC.
Sure, he's good.
He's good. And this just in, Gunnar Stockton on the opposite side of the ball with a plethora of healthy offensive linemen. Daniel, not a single offensive lineman listed on any injury report to speak of. 6 deep, plenty of snaps, plenty of health, plenty of young guys and veteran guys. I know this just in. Ernest Green found his mojo. He found his mojo.
He found it. All right.
And how it came to him was 20 yards downfield blocking safeties and linebackers.
I think one of the reasons he had lost his mojo is because he was maybe looking around the line of scrimmage. Where he needed to be looking was far downfield as he was pancaking people into the grass time after time on Saturday.
These offenses, I think, will cook, especially Georgia. I anticipate us to easily be in the 30s against Florida defense because secondary, real banged up. Lots and lots of secondary. Have lots of freshmen, lots of talented all-world speedsters for Georgia. Zachariah Branch, tight end position all over there. I think they become aggressive and they want to try to blitz Gunner. That's a mistake. That's on you. Our pass pro is fantastic. And again, Florida is going to be shelling out bombs all over the place, trying to hit home runs with very athletic people. Take the over, Daniel. I anticipate this game somewhere in the range of 35, 30, 31, somewhere in that, but definitely north of 30 for both teams.
I thought as we began to speak and you exuded confidence, Clint, I thought that you were going to get on here in front of God and everybody and lock up Georgia -7. And I was prepared to mock you and call you a noob and an innocent cherub. But you've not done that. And so kudos to you. I also will not be locking up Georgia -7. Do I think there's a good chance Georgia wins by more than 7 points? Absolutely, I do. Is it the cocktail party?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be taking a lock on Georgia laying that many points. I told you at the beginning of the week what my lock was going to be, Clint. Georgia, Florida, first quarter total over 10. That's the lock that you need to take. First quarter total. I don't hate your bet, obviously. I'm betting along the same lines. I feel like I have bought myself an insurance policy against the Georgia second half defense. There's a chance that Florida comes out and moves the ball early, but then, they shoot their shot. It's gone. There's no more left. And this game could get ugly late.
Could.
I do think Florida's going to score right away.
Yeah.
So am I willing to bet that Georgia is also going to score right away? Yeah. I mean, I think 10 is an absolute minimum score that we could see in the first quarter. But I think we'll get at least 3 possessions in the first quarter. I think they'll all be scoring possessions. And I think we'll get multiple touchdowns. I think the total is going to be way north of this. And so that's my lock in the game. First quarter over 10. Florida's going to have something. This play caller is going to have something for Georgia cooked up. And it ain't going to be pretty early. I'm just here to tell you it ain't going to be pretty early.
You know that kid back when we used to have just Honda Civics around for days, like everybody there was a mile.
Whatever happened to all the Honda Civics?
I don't know. But there was this one kid that nobody really talked to. He kind of kept to himself. He kept on telling people, the car I'm working on, it's got some things under the hood you don't know about. And nobody really paid attention to him because they were all over on other stupid cars. And then the kid got a chance to just get out on the open highway and show you and just unleash the engine. And sure enough, he cooked in that stupid Honda. This quarterback's coach might have been overlooked, might have been somebody that he has a lot that nobody's seen. And he's got his own little pet package of plays that he's cooked up. And one of them going to hit. One of them's going to hit. And he's going to try it early. He's going to try to suck the air out of Georgia in the cocktail party, get half the stadium in his favor. Be ready. If you're not live at kickoff, don't have your phone around for updates because it'll be pinging. Those notifications will be coming in heavy and often.
I got 31-21 as my final score. I think Georgia is going to get into the 30s in this game. I do think the smoke and mirrors of Florida are going to get cold late, but I got 31-21. I'm not confident enough to lock up the total, but give me the first quarter total over 10. Clint, we got a lot more college football that we want to get to, a lot more thoughts and a lot more bets, but first these.
And these are, in fact, FanDuel. FanDuel.com. Get in on the action. FanDuel is the place you go. Daniel and I love them. Again, NBA is back. No better place to get in the action than FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. If you missed the start of the game, guess what? Get in live, same game parlays. Keeps games more exciting, especially when your team's making the late push. Right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when you place a first $5 bet and you win. Head to FanDuel.com to sign up and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA.
Oh,
Daniel,
boy. It's locks time.
There's a lot to be excited about. I'm telling you, if you haven't looked at the slate of games, there's a notable run of interesting games that you need to be paying attention to.
A lot of noteworthy games. Let's jump into it. And let me ask you, do you have a Thursday, Friday play?
I don't have a Thursday. I have a Friday.
I do not have a Thursday or Friday. So jump in on your Friday.
Look, here's the deal.
Okay.
Syracuse is bad at football.
Uh-oh.
Like real bad at football.
Okay? Yeah. Lost their quarterback. Bad situation.
Bad situation.
Somebody go hire Fran Brown this offseason, by the way.
Thank you for bringing my point. I don't say this mockingly, tongue-in-cheek, trying to start a fight. The better coach in this game is on the Q's sideline. It's not close.
Whoops.
Bill Belichick, stay away from college football. We all told you. It's a different beast.
Yeah.
You're ill prepared for it. Fran Brown, on the other hand, very prepared for it.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to have his team ready. This is up in that dome of doom up in Syracuse, New York. North Carolina traveling. They have no offense. They have an inept, completely pathetic offense. They can't stop anybody. They don't have a backbone. They've had really weird plays that get them a couple wins. They're getting crushed out of games. Give me the Q's only getting 2.5 at home against North Carolina. What you're telling me is this team is even? They got a better head coach.
No.
They got better players. They have a better momentum. I know the quarterback situation is rough, but give me the Q's laying 2.5 at home against North Carolina. Daniel, where are you going for your first lock?
First of all, I know this is a college football heavy podcast.
Yeah, sure.
But Halloween night, game 6 of the World Series on, you could not pay me to watch Syracuse, North Carolina. I mean, like literally, you could not pay me money to turn that game on my television.
I'm betting the game, but I ain't watching it.
You can. Yeah, it ain't going to be happening for me on Friday night. Okay, I want to start. Man, where do I want to start? Okay, let's start here. Cinderella's over. Vanderbilt is going down.
Oh, there it is.
Texas minus 2.5. People have been tiptoeing around this all week. So allow me, Clint.
Cut straight to it.
The concussion is doing what Steve Sarkisian doesn't have the stones to do. The better quarterback will start on Saturday for Texas. And that will be unequivocally true. And then I'm telling you why Steve Sarkisian might just leave for the NFL.
Go ahead. Tell the people.
Then he's going to have to put Arch Manning back in the game. He literally will not be able to not play him against Georgia. He has to put him back in.
Contractually obligated by the social elites in Austin.
And that is something that if you're a real coach, and I think Steve Sarkisian is, you don't want to mess around with that kind of nonsense because Texas is going to go and they're going to get a top 10 win. And guess what, Clint? Texas is going to come to Athens next week as a top 10 football team. Do you remember how Texas was dead?
Yeah, I do.
Dead.
Yeah, I do.
They're going to come to Athens as a top 10 football team in a monumental matchup between the hedges. Give me Texas minus 2.5. It has to end sometime. We know that, right? It's going to be a theme of my picks this week.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
Just let me start by saying Texas minus 2.5. It has to end sometime.
By the way, I am also in on Texas minus 2.5. Defense is scary good. Offense is inept. Oh, this just in. Arch Manning's not playing. So the ineptness goes away. I'm going to stick Saturday, one of the earlier games. Make it make sense to me, Daniel.
Okay,
I beg you. Arizona State, Iowa State. Iowa State is favored by 7.5.
You said make it make sense, and then you started discussing the Big 12. Clint, can I stop you? May I stop you? Because you've already steered the train well outside of the parameters of the tracks.
There's no chance in the world
that
Iowa State is that much of a better team than Arizona State. Arizona State showed a lot of grit this year, showed a lot of turnaround. Head coach is coaching. I know he loves the Valley. I know he keeps telling me he wants to be a Sun Devil for life. I get it.
An Arizona State alum. So is his wife.
I understand. However, look, Arizona State.
I'm just trying to say, LSU can offer you an amount of money that Arizona State in no way can. And LSU would be a fool not to hire Kenny Dillingham.
Kenny Dillingham's a dang good coach, guys.
Yeah.
Like a dang good coach. Give me Arizona State catching 7.5 on the road.
Let's keep the theme going, shall we?
Of nonsense?
It's got to end sometime.
Here we go.
NC State plus 5.5 against Georgia Tech. It's got to end sometime, Clint. Georgia Tech has been playing great this year. They're a good football team.
They are.
NC State's also a pretty good football team.
Mm-hmm.
And Georgia Tech is going on the road at night, late in the year. Like, if they win this game, they are in the driver's seat to make it to the ACC championship game. Let me just ask you, does that feel like something that's going to happen? Just use your gut. Does that feel like something that's going to happen? I say no. NC State plus 5.5. I wouldn't mind if you joined me in sprinkling a little bit on the money line. You might want to parlay it with some of these next ones that I've got coming up, though.
Daniel, is Texas Tech a well-rounded football team that has lots of depth all the way around?
Not a ton.
Not a ton of depth. What if I was to tell you, quarterback just ended the year with a torn ACL?
Mm-hmm.
It's not ideal. Look, I get it. I do. He's making the other. Morton was injured. Third guy comes in. Morton's recovering from an injury, but both guys injured. A guy coming in. There's question marks on it. If he does get injured, there's a lot of variables going on for Texas Tech. Kansas State, on the other hand, it's in Manhattan, Kansas, which that place, raucous. Again, if you live in Kansas or Iowa, or you have literally nothing else to live for except being boneheaded idiots at a football game for teams that suck. Kansas State plays pretty good defense. They don't play great defense all the time. I'm catching points at home, 7 against a guy that they got a couple banged up quarterbacks, might be possibly down to their third string. Give me Kansas State plus 7.
We got a bunch more locks. We will give them all to you, but first to these.
And these are, in fact, Mazda Move and Be Move. This episode is brought to you by Mazda. Delivers confidence in every ride. More IIHS Top Safety Picks awards than anyone else as of August 2025. You can make everyday drives feel like anything but, from smooth handling to intuitive controls. Like our players, we sweat every detail, because when you make every move count, impossible becomes irrelevant. Mazda, move and be moved.
Clint, how many more you got? I got 1, 2, 3, 4 more.
Let me tell you this. I got 3 and 2 ready to throw in.
Okay. He's a man. Listen, don't tempt him with a good time. He is a man ready to participate.
I will say yes.
It's got to end sometime, Clint.
Here we go. Theme continues.
Virginia, Cal. Virginia. I'm not sure if you know this.
I do.
But they're 7-1. They are also in the driver's seat of the ACC.
Also true.
And they're flying all the way across the country to little old Cal Berkeley, where Cal, the home team, is catching 5.5 points. Clint, all Virginia does is play close games. They have won almost all of them this year. But all they do is play close games. Cal also has been a scrappy team this year. I know you know that.
I know. Honestly, one of the biggest things nobody's talking about, that roster lost 25%, new coach, OC, and they are playing dang good football, especially defensively.
Cal plus 5.5. Parlay the Cal NC State money lines.
Ooh, okay.
And thank me later.
That's wild. Daniel, I'm an idiot at times. I don't know a lot.
I'll stop you when you get to something controversial.
I watch a lot of football. I watch a lot of bad teams, and I know they're bad because each week when they roll out, they continue to be bad. And I know when a coach who is going to be fired walks onto the field and looks the part. Look, this has nothing to do with Wake Forest being 5-2, which, by the way, pretty dang good. And by the way, pretty dang good ball club. This has everything to do with Florida State should not be double-digit favorite to anyone. It's a bad squad whose players are beginning to quit, who Norvell hasn't had a signature when I get it, beat Alabama. I don't know what universe that was in. That was the Doctor Strange one, just like this is the one universe out of 10 million, 1,000, 100 billion that ever worked out in that favor. Florida State should not be favored. They're giving Wake Forest 10 points. It's at home. It's in Tallahassee. I think Wake Forest is a good squad. I think they can move the ball.
Should have beaten Georgia Tech.
Should have beaten Georgia Tech.
Got to end sometime.
Give me Wake Forest plus 10.
I don't hate that at all. In fact, if I had seen it, I would have bet it. And now that I have seen it and have been alerted to it, I was actively betting it as you were speaking about it. I've got two more, and they both involve service academies, Clint. I don't know what's happening in my life. Okay. In all seriousness, other than the cocktail party, I think the most interesting game on Saturday is not Tennessee, Oklahoma. I think it's Navy, North Texas. I am very interested to watch Navy, North Texas. The Navy offense, Clint, listen to me, is a whole unit.
Is purring like a fine-tuned instrument.
That quarterback weighs 112 pounds, and he just whoop his way right down the field. North Texas is a good squad. Tough game that they lost against South Florida in that big home game. They were tied at 21. Then they gave up 100 consecutive points. I don't trust Navy's defense, but I don't think anyone in this country can stop Navy. And 7 points is too many points. Give me Navy plus 7. I flirted with the over in this game. I think you could take Navy plus 7 and the over as a parlay, as a same game parlay. I don't hate it, but I think my favorite bet is that Navy's gonna freaking score points in this game.
Lots of them.
Because that's all they do. That's literally all they do.
Here's my last one.
I lied. I have two more.
Okay, I'm going to go. And then you might convince me of your two.
Yeah. Well, one of
maybe
mine is
we have this
Tennessee, Oklahoma game that I just mentioned. So I reminded myself.
Well, the other one has a service academy, you said.
Yes, I have another service academy game. But then as I was talking, I talked about the Tennessee, Oklahoma game and reminded myself, I have a bet on that.
Well, let me just tell you that I have a log for the Tennessee, Oklahoma bet that I'm ready to throw on. So maybe you can do that. Right. But I'm going to do this. Miami, SMU. Here's what this game is.
Okay.
This is
I'm listening.
In the road game.
Mm-hmm.
Rhett Lashley was a hot commodity.
Yeah. Any decent jobs open now that Rhett Lashley would probably enjoy?
Many.
Whoops.
Many.
You think Rhett Lashley wouldn't motor on up to State College? You think he wouldn't matriculate the family northward to PA? Yeah, he would.
He would. And does he fit what Penn State wants? He does. Look, SMU has some good pieces. They're not a complete team. They're having a down year for what their expectations. This is what I expected this team to be. 5-3 is right around where it was. Miami, conversely, does not have a team soul. Okay. Also, a quarterback. He is a liability. We all know. We all knew. You lost your identity. You tried to put it in his hands, and now you're married to that, Mario, because this Justin, he's a cancer. And if he doesn't get his way, he will pout all the time and beg for attention or call an audible and try to hit a 7-yard out and blame a receiver for not running the route that he ran and you underthrew the ball. Look, Miami's got a good defense. They showed a lot of gaps in that defense by lesser competition. Carson Beck started showing out who he was. The mojo, the magic, the luster has worn off of Miami. SMU, Rhett Lashley has some pieces, has some weapons. This game is his signature. If I can do this, it is in Dallas. Miami has to travel. Miami doesn't travel well on all the time. They do fine while they're at home. SMU is catching 12.5.
Yeah.
This is a game. I'm not calling for the upset, but this is a game that I will be checking in on regularly because I think SMU has a real shot to win this game on the field. And
You
I'm getting
absolutely
12.5. Give me 12.5.
Absolutely should be checking in on it because it's going to be a very interesting game. It's not 2010 anymore, Clint.
I'm very well aware.
Are you?
I am.
Listen, we're not here to disparage others.
No.
There are people who have made a lot of money by simply scanning the betting sheet and seeing two service academies playing against each other. And then what do they do in that game? What bet do they just fire off immediately? When they see two service academies matched up against each other, it's a no-brainer bet. You just hammer the under, Clint. It's always going to go under the total. Well, those days are gone. That's not who these service academies are. We just talked about Navy's offense. They cannot be stopped. Air Force plays Army on Saturday, Clint. Army has a top half of all of college football in total offense. They are in the 80s in total offense. Top half of all of college football. Okay, that's fair. Air Force has the number 10 offense in all of college football. Like, in total. Air Force's defense cannot play a lick of football. That's why their record is abysmal. But the Air Force offense is electric. This total is 49.5. I'm sorry, 49. Give me the over 49 in Air Force, Army, and hammer it. If there was a lock of the week that I had, it would be this one. My second one, Tennessee, Oklahoma. One of these teams is a fraud, and one of these teams is the home team, and it's called Tennessee.
Oh, no.
Hammer, Tennessee, -2.5. They are at home. They are only laying less than a field goal, and Oklahoma is fraudulent. Tennessee's offense is just as good as Ole Miss's offense. Tennessee's offense is just as good as Ole Miss's offense. What did Ole Miss's offense do to the vaunted Oklahoma defense? Oh, no. Tennessee is going to win this game. They're going to win this game handily, and I am going to make money as they do.
He is Daniel. I am Clint. This is Locked On Bulldogs, part of Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day. And we'll see you guys Saturday after the game.
Well, we'll see you tomorrow on Friday.
I was getting there.
Okay, sorry. You just jumped right to Saturday.
By the way, tomorrow, got a special guest. Stick around. You're going to want to be there. Really good stuff. We'll see you guys then.
See ya.